Imagine a situation where global tensions escalate overnight. That's the current reality of the Israel-Iran conflict. A conflict that's not just regional, but a debate on nuclear power, global alliances, and international security. In June, US-Israel airstrikes targeted 3 nuclear sites in Iran: Natanz, Fordow, and Isfahan. These strikes utilized B-2 bombers and Tomahawk missiles, marking a significant escalation. President Trump brokered a conditional ceasefire afterward. But did this ceasefire truly solve anything? US intelligence indicates Iran's nuclear program only delayed, not destroyed. Crucial underground facilities remain intact. Iran responded with missile attacks on US bases in Qatar and hinted at closing the Strait of Hormuz. Around the globe, reactions poured in. The US backed Israel's actions, focusing on regime pressure and nuclear negotiations. Meanwhile, European nations like Germany urged diplomatic resolutions amid stalled talks. India remained neutral, evacuating over 200 nationals while issuing travel advisories. They reaffirmed balanced ties with both Iran and Israel, navigating a complex geopolitical landscape. Now let's assess the ripple effects across various sectors. Initially, oil prices dipped following the ceasefire news. Yet, anticipated closures of the Strait of Hormuz raised concerns in energy markets. Security risks heightened too. Iranian proxies launched cyber attacks targeting US banks and defense firms, prompting global warnings. Additionally, the strikes weakened the credibility of non-proliferation systems as Iran reduced cooperation with the IAEA. Expect regional instability to rise, with Iran reinforcing alliances with Russia and Hezbollah. Understanding Iran's nuclear program is key. It initiated in the 1950s under the Shah, with the US's Atoms for Peace. The 1979 revolution and Iran-Iraq war halted progress. Yet by 2003, the covert Ahmad project sought weaponization. From 2015 onwards, Iran ramped up uranium enrichment, following the US withdrawal from the JCPOA. Israel perceives a nuclear Iran as an existential threat. Preventive strikes, justified by the Begin Doctrine, underline Israel's strategy against Iranian nuclear capabilities. Let's consider the broader geopolitical implications. The attacks challenge the viability of treaty-based non-proliferation. They set a dangerous precedent for future military actions against nuclear facilities. Additionally, Iran's growing ties with Russia and China signal a shift in regional alignment as US influence wanes. The military balance in the Middle East is changing. The recent US-Israel operations may reshape existing deterrence norms. Yet Trump's intent to engage in new nuclear negotiations looms on the horizon. Finally, we observe a historical transition from proxy battles to an openly militarized conflict driven by nuclear anxieties. In summary, the Israel-Iran standoff escalates tensions globally. While the strikes temporarily impede Iran's nuclear ambitions, the situation remains critical. Global non-proliferation frameworks are strained, alliances reshape, and energy markets fluctuate. Countries like India face tough decisions in these turbulent times. Stay informed. Like, subscribe, and share this video for ongoing updates on this critical geopolitical